Hey guys, I always do this. I put my hand up and then I try and jump out really quick so that you think I've been here all along, because I'm really crap at editing videos. Anyway, I hope you're all good. I'm really sorry that this, I'm not even going to say it, it's here. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of an update as to my life season, what I'm doing. For those of you that don't know me, I am basically transitioning from competing to lifing. So I'm just trying to find this old thing called balance and just making myself healthy and happy without focusing too much on, you know, external things as much. So I need a cushion on my bum. So basically at the moment I'm doing quite well. Before, I think I said to you guys, I really struggled with after my show, when I finally got my periods back, I really struggled with my hormones. Like, I'm not even going to go into, you know, I went into detail in my last video, but they've just been horrendous, you know. And yeah, so I kind of said, look, I need to do an action plan. I can't just every month turn into an absolute monster and eat everything sweet in sight and feel so down and so lethargic. I was like, I've just got to tell myself, you know, I've got to be stronger mentally and more prepared as well. You know, make sure that I know when it's coming and I know the signs, and I know then, you know, where to back off of training a bit, or where to do, you know, rather than my HIIT training, I'll do steady state. Rather than PBs, I'm focusing more on blood flow and contraction. So it's actually worked out really well. I'm really happy with how I've managed to kind of get back the control. As you know, if you've had some times like that, it is very difficult to kind of dust yourself off and carry on. So yeah, so I'm in a really good place with that. I know a lot of you are interested in actually like what I'm eating, what cardio I'm doing and training, etc. So basically I eat the same sort of stuff. I've kept my macros the same for, well, basically I kept them the same because I kept having slip-ups. So I was like, well, there's no point adjusting my macros because I'm not bloody sticking to them. So my macros have been the same for a long time, but it's been the last sort of three weeks that, or probably even 4 weeks, where I've been following them perfectly. So I may look to do some adjustments, but I'm feeling happy with how everything is. So I don't know where to start. Let me start on cardio. So cardio, I do it because I love it, and I also do it because it makes my heart feel healthy. Like, I love to get my heart rate up and I love to sweat and just really go for it. I alternate between fasted and fed cardio completely, to be honest, depending on my schedule. So if I have early morning clients, I'm not going to get up to do fasted cardio because I don't want to. So then I'll do my cardio later on in the day. A lot of people are a bit confused about what cardio they should do, and to be honest, I don't think it necessarily, I think it's just about finding it fit your schedule. So for me, I much prefer fasted cardio. Like, I love to just get up and do it, but I also don't want to get up at stupid o'clock to do it. I would rather do it later on in the day. So in terms of progress, I think it's more actually what fits your schedule. So yeah, so I do fasted or fed cardio about 4 times a week. I also do cardio post weight training, which is 5 days a week. And again, that completely depends. So it will be roughly about 10 minutes, and I'll either do sprints or I'll just do steady state. And again, all different machines. I just like to switch things up. I might do a little bit of plyo, some more traditional HIIT training, rather than kind of just getting stuck on a machine. Again, just to keep things fresh, just to keep me on my toes so that I'm really challenging myself. In terms of, yeah, so fasted or fed cardio about 4 times a week, and then HIIT or steady state just about 10 minutes post every weight training session. So that for me, I think is a really good number. My fasted or fed, I pretty much just do 20 minutes. And like I said, that will be a mix of either intervals or steady state. It all depends on how I feel. If I'm sore and if I've trained the day before and I wake up and I'm really sore, I'll do steady state. If I'm feeling like I want to push myself and my energy's good, I'll do some HIIT. In terms of training, weight training, I'm training 5 times a week. I have a little bit of a back issue, which if you follow me on Instagram, I mentioned it on my stories. I don't think it's bad, but I think it would get bad if I don't listen to it. So I went to see my osteopath, who, you know, she's everything to me because she just fixes me and then I'm off again. So I went to see her and, you know, she just said, look, we've got to be careful for disc problems and things like that. So take it as a warning sign. You need to just be a little bit more mindful now, you know, more stretching, more, less sitting on the floor. I always sit on the floor, literally, really comfortable sofa, sit on the floor. I don't know. So yes, it'd be much more better with stretching, with just making sure that I'm not sitting down for too long or I'm not walking around for too long. So just being better that way. But yeah, so training's good. So I'm kind of doing whatever I want. You know, a lot of people are going, oh, what are you following right now? What are you doing? Just enjoying myself. I'm just turning up at the gym and I'm like, what am I going to train today? And I love that. And for me, not having a schedule sometimes is really good. Like, I'm quite a creative person, and especially with training. So, you know, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm really in the mood to train some shoulders. So I'm going to pick like a training system. So I'm going to do GVT. So I'm going to do my, you know, my military press with GVT, which is 10 sets of 10. And then I'll just see how I feel as the session progresses. So I might just say, right, okay, now I'm going to stick with just presses today. So I'll do a little bit of chest as well. And that's been really good. And I love that, because then you're training for what you love, rather than having to stick to a certain thing. My food. So this is, like I said, oh, I'm so boring. And I do sometimes put it up on my stories on Instagram, but I'm very aware that I eat the same stuff every day. So it's not that interesting. Again, depending on fed or fasted cardio, I will have eggs in the morning. So like a whole egg, egg whites, spinach, onion, tomato. And then I'll have pretty much 3 carb meals, and that consists of sweet potato and oats, and that's it. A lot of people have asked, like, why do you have sweet potato? You know, is there something magical about sweet potato? I find it more filling and I like it better. I love white rice, but I feel like I could eat about a tub of white rice and it wouldn't fill me up. So I stick to sweet potato for that. So yeah, so about 3 carb meals, and then my evening meal will consist of a fatty meal. So I'll have beef or salmon or, no, that's it, beef or salmon, something fattier with no carbohydrates. So I normally have cauli rice, again, just to fill me up. I am a person that likes to eat volume. So if you give me a plate with just salmon and lettuce, I'm not having it. But if you give me 5 lettuces, like, you know, pile up a salad with the salmon, I'm down. So I like to really fill myself up with fibrous veg, and, you know, I can see that my plate's big and my tummy feels satisfied. So my macros are, on my training days, I hit about 140 carbs, 140 protein, and I'm quite bad with fat. I do go under my fat a bit too much. 35 grams of fat. My body works well on low fats and high carbs relatively. So I need to get better. I kind of, sometimes I think, oh, I'm 5 grams under, it's all right. Which we all know You got to stay consistent. And then on my rest days, I try and up my fats, lower my carbs. But yeah, again, you know, kind of roughly will be 45 grams of fat rather than 35, and 100 grams of carbs, and then my protein's always at 140. In terms of meals, I'm tending to have more like 4 to 5 meals rather than 5 to 6 meals. Again, I think because I like volume, so I'd rather have a bigger meal spaced out than small meals, and that works really well for me. In terms of refeeds and cheat meals, I go mad on a Saturday. I just love it. So I you know, have my clients in the morning. Me and my husband finally have some time together, so we'll go train, and then we have our cheat meal. But normally my cheat meal would be like just a cheat meal and then a light pudding after. But they're not. At the moment they are, you know, cheat meal, but then having chocolate, ice cream. The other day I had 2 tubs of ice cream. You know when you get like those low fat, low sugar ice creams and you're like, well, 2 tubs doesn't even equate to a Ben & Jerry's. That's what I do. I'm like, well, I just have 2 tubs then. But yeah, so trust me when I say I go hard. And I know if I want to kind of get myself tighter, then I've got to keep an eye on my refeeds like that. But currently, because I'm being so consistent in the week and I'm doing so well with that, I'm not actually, you know, I'm still finding that I'm getting tighter as the weeks are going on. So I'm not ready to let my my Saturday feeds go yet. But again, it's just, I like food. That's it. I just really like to eat. And then Sunday, straight back on track. And yeah, and then the week goes on. So mentally, I'm not gonna lie, I'm on it. I feel really good. In terms of what I think has changed for me, I'm just trying to see how long I've been talking for, because you know what I'm like. I thought it wasn't even recording. 12 minutes 20. All right, I'll wrap it up. But yeah, mentally I feel really good. My energy's great at the moment, and I love that because I can spend so much more time and energy with my clients, and I feel like I can just give them so much more, rather than, you know, when I'm dieting and I'm prepping, I'm much more, you know, I'm still lively, but you know, you can tell that I'm definitely, you know, I'm at like 40% less. So that's really nice, and that's been great because I enjoy it more, they enjoy it more. And obviously in terms of my online clients, you know, the competing season has started, so I've got lots of girls that are competing, which is great. It's always so exciting, and hopefully I'm going to go out and see some of them. But yeah, so everything's going good. In terms of what I'm going to do going forward, I would still like to get myself tighter. I still feel like I'm a little bit soft for where I kind of want to be, but again, that was because I had all those issues with my hormones, and my eating was really crap. So I think going forward I need to stay doing this, stay consistent, and then see where my physique is. And if I continue to change, I won't change anything. But if I find that I'm getting a bit stuck, then I'll change some things, which will likely be more from, you know, dialing down my refeed on a Saturday. So yeah, there we go. That's it. I'm definitely going to do a Q&A because I still have loads of questions that, you know, frequently asked that I want to talk about. And a lot of people have been asking about a makeup tutorial, which, I mean, I think I'm going to do for pure comedy value because it's probably going to be hilarious. So if you don't mind, like you know, don't take me seriously, get ready with me. I think it will be a laugh, so maybe I will do it at some point. But for now, thank you guys for following my journey and being so supportive. I hope you're all good and you're crushing your goals, and I will catch you in the next video.